And basically, guys, you're going to see a comeback story that you've never seen before. I'm back. What's up, guys? Welcome to the 16th Minute. I'm Damon Feldman. Each week we come to you with a different reality, personality, celebrity, and we're all about the 16th minute. And today we have a guy who's just an amazing guy. We became friends over the just talking about celebrity boxing. Really great guy, has a great story. He's going to tell us more. Bachelor Nation's own, the one and only Iggy Rodriguez. What's up, Iggy?
What's up, brother? How are you, man? That was the kindest intro I think I've ever received, man. Thank you very much.
I gotta watch, man. You have hands, and I've been inactive for a little while. So
I try. I keep them locked up for now, man. There's not a lot of action right now. Maybe we let them loose every now and then.
Yeah, got you. You look good. I saw the pad. So you're out in the LA area. What's it like out there nowadays?
It's a little weird, man. I think people are itchy, myself included. My gym's closed down. You mentioned I've got to do pad work, like whenever I can find it, someone who can hold pads for me. So just like being a physical active guy, being a little bit in the nightlife scene and having that, being able to go spend time with friends and go out and have a drink, like we miss all that stuff. I miss all that stuff. So it's been it's been a little weird with lockdown, man.
Yeah, me too. Also, I just can't understand how they close gyms. Like, I'm in Philly. Luckily, the gyms are open, but you have to have a mask on to work out. Like, it's like you're 30 minutes in a workout, you're like half dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I mean, dude, like they're closed down completely here. So I've scrounged up as much weight as I can get, and I put it on my deck, and I'm like, I'm getting as much working as I can.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. You're a really interesting guy. We're gonna get to it. You're on Bachelor Nation. You're part of Bachelor Nation. You're on Bachelor in Paradise, and you're not just any guy. You're also a real business guy. We're gonna get into, but tell everybody, like a guy like me, like I'm single. I'm a bachelor, but I'm not on the TV show. So how do people get on the show? What's it like, and what did you get out of it?
Yeah, I was actually recruited from LinkedIn.
Wow.
So yeah, they reached out to me, and I had I just gotten through being part of an exit from a business that I was working in Chicago, and the girl at the time was Rachel. She's a little older. I think now she's maybe 34, 35. But she's a lawyer, and so they were looking for guys that weren't just like models or personal trainers who had like a little more of like a professional background. So they hit me up, and truth be told, and I haven't told the story a lot, but I went on the show because about 2 weeks before that, the girl that I was dating broke up with me and just fucking rocked me, right? Like I was so depressed, I was so sad. And her favorite show is The Bachelor, Bachelorette. And her friends used to get together every single Monday, and like they fit off brackets, they would bet. I mean, it was like their thing that they did. And I'm like, what? Number one, I have the opportunity. Why not? My business, the business I was working in just got acquired. Like, I don't necessarily have to do something, to get a paycheck tomorrow. And what better way to stick it to my ex than forcing her to watch me on her favorite show for as many weeks as I can.
I gotta say, that is awesome, man. That's a good comeback. So
yeah, she hasn't talked to me since, but I thought it was hilarious. So
man, that's without a doubt, that's a great comeback and amazing. So being on The Bachelor, I know a few of the Bachelor guys. I hooked up, thanks to my man Bruce Bellacci. We have one of the guys going to fight. We're talking about you. We'll talk more about that. So what has The Bachelor done for you, like in any career moves, or what was the experience like?
Yeah, I mean, so the experience is really unique, man. Like, I'm not an actor. None of us that go on the show are traditional actors. A lot of the guys are models or trainers. But, I mean, to have a microphone on you and a camera in your face, literally from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, like, none of us are used to that. I don't think anybody's used to that, right? Yeah. Even actors aren't used to that. You go, you do your thing, and you go home. Like, it becomes a very stressful environment, and the producers are so good at putting you in situations that make you stressed out, or put you around guys that are force you to have conversations with guys that you maybe don't necessarily mesh with particularly well, all because they want to create that drama, right? So it's like the producers always put you in a spot for maximum stress and trauma.
Right.
And there's what people don't realize is we're filmed all day, every day. And you see
how many days?
I was there for about almost 4 weeks, and they tell you that you're going to be there from 5 days up until 9 weeks, which is how long the season lasts. And what you don't see is 99% of the context around a given situation, right? So you see a 10-second snippet, but it's a conversation that happened throughout the course of like 3 or 4 days, right? It's like, and obviously their whole job is to like splice together the content that makes for the best TV. Yeah. So the thing that I tell the people about the experience is that number one, it was a ton of fun. I did 2 shows. I went back. It was fun enough to go back. The relationships you make they're really unique. It's kind of like, I don't know, like playing high school football with your best friends, right? It's like no one knows what that's like other than the people who are in that environment, right? So like Bachelor Nation's very close because we go through an experience that very few people get to go through. And so regardless of whether or not we're like super tight or super close, we at least have that acknowledgement of like, yeah, that was like a really cool experience we got to share. So I enjoyed it, man. And I got some really good friends out of it, like really, really good friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you were able to, some of the contestants on there you're still friends with?
Yeah, one of my best friends, I mean, truly one of my best friends, Alex Bordikoff, he ended up doing The Bachelorette in Australia, and he did, you know what I mean? Like, he kind of got picked up, and he's, legitimately one of my best friends in the whole world now, which is really cool.
Well, that's awesome, and everything's meant for a reason. You were on that show for a reason. It definitely got you some great exposure. That's why we're talking, and it was a pleasure meeting with you. But not only, so The Bachelor really opened a lot of doors up for you, but you're involved with Therabody. Tell us more about what Therabody is and what is it?
I'll show you one. So Therabody, it's a percussive therapy device. Sounds kind of technical, but it's really it's a massage gun. We were the first in this space. So there's a ton of competitors right now, but about 4 years ago, Theragun, which is the name formerly, is what started this entire space. So massage guns that you see all the time didn't exist until about 5 years ago when we created it. So if you don't know what that looks like, this is actually called a mini. This is one of our new lines. So it fits in the palm of your hand.
Wow.
Super quiet, barely hear it, right? And then all you do is put that over your muscle group either before, to warm up, to activate the muscles, or afterwards if you're feeling like you're going to be really sore, you're really tight. And we've got a ton of clinical studies showing, the benefits of using that type of therapy over a muscle group, and everything from, boxers to, professional, Olympians to, people who run track to my sister who just goes for a jog every now and then. Like, it really benefits everyone. And we've done a really cool job of creating partnerships to try and get the word out as much as possible. But it's really...
Where do they find it? What's the website on that?
It's Theragun.com.
That's great. I'd love to get a couple for me and my son. That actually looks good, man. Is that good for the joints too?
It's good for it flushes out lactic acid, increases blood flow, increases heat to the muscle for recovery. I mean, really anything that any part of your body that moves can benefit from percussive therapy.
Well, it looks great. If you're an athlete like we are, you definitely want that all over your body. It's no dope.
Of course. Yeah. So I know a guy. I'm happy to send you one if you send me an address.
Oh, so I have a little connection in there, my man.
Yeah, you got a plug. You're okay.
I'm lucky. Yeah. No, that's awesome. So tell us the website again.
Theragun.com.
Theragun.com. That looks awesome, man. That really is cool. So how'd you get involved with that? Were you involved with that before Bachelor, or did that open the door of Bachelor? It's funny. I've been in sports and entertainment my entire career. And so I used to work for the Dodgers here in LA. I used to run marketing and partnerships with the Pistons in Detroit. And I've always had those relationships. I was working, business partner and I, essentially building an entertainment company here in Los Angeles as early as, 6 or 7 months ago. And at around the turn of the year, so around January, a former colleague of mine at the Dodgers hit me up. And he's like, hey, man, you've worked in partnerships, you've worked in sales, you've helped, run businesses. You've got a lot of, right now, some credibility in this entertainment and sports space. Sure. There's a position opening up here at this company, Theragun, and I think you'd be awesome for it. And it ended up being, honestly, it ended up being a perfect fit. I get to work with
every major team, agency, athlete, brand, athletic brand, really all over the world, and being able to promote this kind of therapy for people. And it's been a really nice transition from sports entertainment into this health and fitness world, which I'm such an advocate of. I've been in forever. I played football in college, played rugby for Team USA for a little bit. Like I've been in this world forever, but I've never actually been on the brand side and trying to help people get better and live a better life. And it's such a fucking cool experience to be able to do that.
That's amazing. There are words that you don't hear too many people say, and it's really important because you always hear me. You're out to help people. It's really important to help people in life because, listen, you live life, one life. There's a lot of people that are hiding with crucial problems behind a smile on their face. You don't know that. And
I'm one of the worst ones, man. I'll be honest, and I'm serious, man. Like, it's the last few months. I mean, I've gone through my own sort of personal sort of journey, and 2 months ago, I would have been embarrassed to mention it, but, go to therapy twice a week, really working on myself, reading a lot, journaling, like stuff I've never done before. But to your point, like I've always kind of hid the stuff that I was kind of unhappy about myself behind this like smile and personality that I know that I have. So it's really easy to hide that stuff. But during quarantine, man, it's like, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to hide. It's like you kind of have to deal with your stuff.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But you know what? What you just did there you probably are going to, thousands of people look at this, you're going to help a lot of people because guess what? You got to, you're smiling all the time. I understand that feeling. I hit the brick wall. I went through depression, went to jail 13 months, stupid mistakes, drinking. That is the worst case because people go off to drinking. You just said that. And you know what? You open doors up because you're going to make it easier for other people. People are hesitant to think, oh, I'm a psycho to go see someone. You got to do that in life because guess what? That's how you get better. And sometimes you can't fix yourself. I was lucky and you're lucky. And, that's awesome, man. It's incredible what you're doing, man. Really.
Thank you, man. It's I like sharing that message now because I consider myself like a guy's guy, like, a tough guy, kind of like if there's a problem, I'm just gonna hammer through it, and I'm gonna figure it out and make it work. But there are some times there are just some things that you need to ask some help for, and you need to approach things a little bit of a different way. And I hadn't done that until a couple months ago, and it has changed the way I look at everything in my life right now.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Iggy, really, I'm sorry, a little choked up right now. Because a lot of people don't understand that, man. Like when you hit the brick walls, you have to fall on your face in life and things like this. And you have to go through things that you're going through to get to where you want to be. It just takes time. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And sometimes people can't understand what the emotions are happening. And like you said, with that big smile. But I'm glad for you, man. That's awesome. I don't know.
Thank you,
might help you. Did it help you a little talking about it right now?
I mean, it helps every time I talk about it, man. It's like I kind of consider it's like I'm an athlete, right? So a lot of my analogies are like sports analogies. It's like it's just like it's doing a rep, right? Every rep you get better. Every rep it gets easier. Every time you own it, you get to own it a little more. Yeah. It's going to the reps, man.
That's awesome, man. I'm really proud of you, man. I didn't know about you. See, here's a perfect example. I've been talking to you for a few weeks, month now, and all I hear is this happy guy. You don't know what's behind you. And guess what, man? Just push through it. You can just tell you're a successful type guy that can make a difference with people. I can tell that, man. I've been around.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you, and I appreciate you coming on, man. So we keep this nice, short, sweet. Just to let you tell everyone who you are and amazing the Bachelor opportunity you have. I mean, are you looking to go more into TV and stuff or what?
It's a good question, man. I've really been thinking about doing some commercial work or maybe something a little more scripted. The non-scripted stuff, it takes such a toll and there's a lot of time involved. Like to your point, like I'm very lucky to be involved in Therabody and this amazing business. And, I've got a couple other, ventures of my own that I'm an investor and advisor for. And I love doing that stuff. Reality TV, it's such a commitment. And what people don't realize is that you can't do anything once you're doing that. Like they take your phone, you have no TV access, no internet access, you have nothing, you're cut off from the entire world. So any momentum that I've got, or any, all the meetings I take and all the stuff I'm building right now, it's like, am I willing to put that stuff on hold to go get another 50,000 followers? And it's just that to me isn't worth my time, because I've got other things that are more important to me. But I do like being on camera. I love this stuff, dude. Like talking to you, knowing that I get to talk to people, like that stuff I love.
Well, I want to have you on more, and to be honest, maybe we could do something together. But I'll tell you, you should also look into motivational speaking, because you're a guy who puts you're a believable guy in a real sense. You can tell you're a real guy, and it's amazing. And I really appreciate you coming on, man. So again, like, how do people find you? Want to follow you? Any other messages for anyone? But tell everyone how they can follow you.
So on Instagram, it's Iggy, it's IGGY _Rodriguez with a Z. That's really the only thing I use. I'm not really a big Twitter guy. But Instagram's the easiest way to find me.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we'll be sharing this obviously to everyone. And we're gonna go over what the caption will be, because I think our interview today is really important for people to know. Besides you being this reality star, you're a real guy, and it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I really honestly appreciate you being on the 16th minute, and I look forward to it. So one last thing I got to ask you, celebrity boxing. I saw you using your hands, man. I was like, this guy really got hands. And so basically, are we going to see you in the celebrity boxing ring soon?
If I've got a chance to do it, I would love it.
Okay.
I would love it. Nothing makes me happier. So look, I'm in touch a little more, right, with the sensitive side, doing all the work with that stuff, but nothing makes me happier than laying somebody out. So yeah, I'd be more than happy to.
Man. Well, I'll send that contract to you tonight. I look forward to working with you, Iggy. Thanks for coming on, man. Iggy Rodriguez, Bachelor Nation, business guy, thorough body. Keep following him. Thanks for coming on.
Good man. Thanks, bro.
Check us out next week on the 16th minute.